Live from the City of Angels here on this Friday afternoon, the rare daytime MMT is underway because we have a big question. Could Sydney Sweeney actually win an Oscar for her latest film? It just debuted about an hour ago in Toronto, and the raves are very obvious when we look at these reactions coming out of the film festival. Thanks for being here live, as always, on MMT, whether on X or on YouTube. Midnight Movie Talk is the location for all of the past and future streams. Let's do it. Let's go to Toronto and have a look at Miss Sweeney. She is walking the stage just moments ago after the debut of her based on a true story biopic, Christy. Here she is on the stage.
And Christy Salters.
You can hear everybody going wild. I mean, no surprise, right? At a film festival, the people that are there are very excited to be there. So unless the movie's really awful, they're going to be enthusiastic, and you can see it there. Let's listen to what she has to say after the ovation for her and the performance that some are saying will catapult her into strong consideration for an Oscars Best Actress nomination.
Thank you for helping us spread Christy's story and awareness, because as you can tell, she's such a special and incredible human being, and her story deserves to be told. I forgot the question, but playing Christy.
She is losing it here. First time for me watching this too.
You are absolutely incredible, and I'm so honored. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. You're so inspirational, and so being able to have her by my side during this process was a dream, but then also just scary too, because you're like, oh my gosh, like we're doing this in front of her. And
that is always the thing, right? Actors will always say it's difficult to portray someone who's still alive because you feel like, oh my god, I don't want to mess this up. Okay, you've got obviously the Springsteen biopic coming out here shortly from Cooper, and you look at inhabiting those shoes. That's not easy, and that's exactly what she's addressing with the woman she portrays, the boxer, standing next to her on stage.
I'm quite sure. I mean, she's the greatest boxer in the entire world, and I'm having to do hooks and hits, and I'm like, I hope I'm doing this right. But it was a dream come true as an actor, as a person. It was incredible. I hope it answered. I don't know if it did.
We'll take that. Nice job, Sydney. And I think what is important here, and the reason I want to do a stream, is nothing makes me happier at MMT than having some people who want to see someone like Sydney Sweeney fail, succeed, and they have no other choice than to say, my God, she's good. Isn't that fun? I like when that happens because everyone was waiting for Sweeney to mess up after the American Eagle ad. Oh, she's the worst. Oh my God, she's Hitler-esque. This is just offensive. All the blue-haired, purple-haired, rainbow-haired weirdos out there. Oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. I'm always a victim. Those people, man, don't be like one of those people. First of all, you're weird. Second of all, don't be offended by everything, but they were waiting. They were waiting. Those knives are being sharpened, but guess what? They have to put them away because you look at these reactions on Twitter, and you start with Clayton Davis, who is the awards person for Variety, and I think he's, listen, as a critic, he's largely shilly. Okay, he works for one of the trades, which is Variety, Deadline, THR, not the Wrap. The Wrap is like the 18th place in a 4 race, right? In a 4-horse race, the Wrap is number 18. Like, if you work for the Wrap, just don't put it on your bio. That's for you, my boy at the Wrap. That's for you. When we talk about this, though, you're looking at across the board universal praise for her performance. Sweeney's a revelation, and Christy with the goods to punch her way into the Oscar race for her first Best Actress nom, her best performance yet. I go back to her performance in that HBO movie, the CIA leaking thing, the document. If you saw that, don't remember the name of it at this point. Came out like right during the COVID shit show. She was great. You know, listen, what she does well, and you go back and you look at a film that's really borderline unwatchable in Americana, one of the worst films of the year, but she plays this dowdy waitress. She looks like someone you'd find in West Virginia without the makeup, but if you rizzed her up, as the kids say, then maybe she would be a hottie. And I think that's what she can do here, right? Go unglamorize, de-glamorize, and do this. And she did, apparently, because this is not just the only person saying she was great. We go to someone called According to Seth. So these people have no idea who they are. We're going to go to Menzel in a minute because I know who that is. And we'll have him on soon. I just don't know when. If not today, it'll be Sunday or next week at the latest. He's there right now at Toronto. Christy exceeded every expectation I had. I'm truly in awe of the story. Heartbroken, left in tears. Sydney Sweeney's a revelation. Deserves Best Actress for his incredible performance. This is the movie of the year and one of the best biopics I've ever seen. Well, not just her performance, but movie of the year. Now remember, we talk about how people love to lavish praise on stuff and get those first reaction pull quotes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, those are the quotes that the studio chooses to use and the advertising going forward. So in this case, Christy comes out, I believe, November 7th. Black Bear Pictures. It'll be their first release. They're going to do a theatrical on it. I imagine it won't be that wide, but if it's getting this kind of praise, I could see them try to get it into 500 plus theaters. Let's hope, because we need small films, and this is clearly a small film, right? An indie film. And we need those to succeed at the box office. We just can't have all of these Jurassic World, Supermans, Fantastic Fours, and this weekend Conjuring doing very well. We'll talk about that in a minute. You look at all of that, and you're like, we need some small films to prop this up because they've been hurting. So let's pray that this does go wide and you guys go support it, even if it's okay, which apparently it's better than that. But this is very encouraging because, like I said, a lot of critics out there, you guys don't understand. The majority of people in the film space are hard left loons, okay? There's no other way to put it. They carry their politics, they wear it like a badge. That is their identity, right? To be hard left weirdos. And let me tell you something. I'm not right, I'm not left, but I can tell you this. I don't wear my politics on my sleeve like, oh, this is the only thing I care about. I'm so tribal. That's who these people are. Name a critic. They are hard left, okay? And you don't bring in your political thoughts into review. You never do. But they were waiting to. They were waiting. If Sydney Sweeney screwed this up, if the film were not great, apparently, which is what people are saying, you better believe that they would have come after her and said, oh, my God. And now this after the American Eagle offensive bullshit that she pulled. You know, can I just say this? And I say it all the time on this channel, and I'll do it again. Why is it always the people who hate something like the Sydney Sweeney ad, they look like someone that you just, man, damn, man. Have some pride in yourself. You look like a circus show freak show. Stop looking so strange. No wonder you don't like Sydney Sweeney. She's cute. Of course you don't like her. But don't be like that. Don't be like one of those people. But they were waiting. So it's nice to shove it in their face. So rainbow-haired, blue-haired, purple-haired weirdos in your face, okay? We love doing that. Oh, yeah, this is not your regular movie channel. And I'm also not the anti-woke guy. But I cannot stand someone from either side that's that hard, right? That hard left or that hard right. I want you to be individual, not some tribal loser. It's just being weak, man. Be better. Scott Menzel says this. Sweeney delivers the performance of a lifetime in Christy. She fully transforms into Christy Winters, offering a deeply nuanced portrayal that'll leave audiences speechless. Ben Foster, hauntingly good. Very underrated actor. Film that I love. I believe it's called Leave No Trace, where he was homeless. Very cool film. Bleecker Street film from about 5, 6, 7 years ago now, and it was really deserving of more love when it came to awards. It didn't happen, but Foster is very underrated. Good to see him here. Apparently, he's solid. This will be a life-affirming story about life discovery and perseverance. One of the best films of the year. And as I read that, you guys know this year's been bad. Okay, how many films have we talked about that I've sat through that are just awful? Talk with Americana. Talk about A Honey Don't. Talk about, name it. I mean, even a Weapons is hellaciously overrated. You guys, if Weapons ends up in the best picture discussion or best screenplay, I can just tell you, it'll be one of the biggest jokes of all time. I mean, not as bad as Anora, which is Anora is without question the worst best picture winner, let alone nominee, winner ever. There's nothing that comes close to the garbage that is Anora, okay? So, this year, if you've got something that's decent, it shouldn't be hard to stand out from the pack because we've had a lot of very forgettable outings at the multiplex. When you ask me to name my top 5 films of the year, it isn't very easy to have them pop into my head. A Magazine Dreams comes to mind, A Companion. You talk about an F1 as the big 4-quad tentpole of the year. And speaking of that, we'll go to the box office results. We got the latest from Warner Brothers. It has increased the lead on Superman, the gold standard rate. Can hear, baby. Who called that? Me. That's right. F1 over Superman. Damn right. Continuing here, looking through all the reactions as this is trending, as you might imagine. Christy's a vibrant sports drama with a powerful story. Michaud, who's the director here, directed The Rover, also directed The King, a film by Netflix that they wanted to become an awards film. Chalamet was in that, remember? And that thing just fell apart. And I believe they made a second cut of that film. Go check out, pretty sure The King debuted at one of the festivals, doesn't matter, whichever. And it was so underwhelming that they went back in and tightened it up, which is unheard of. This is what I talk about all the time. Man, studios, show me the film. I would have told you to tighten this shit up. That's what I do better than anybody else. No one's better as an evaluator in this space. No one. Zero. Whoop. Help you out. Right there, zero. No one. So when I see Christy, it'll be real. The rest of these people, I mean, we got to read it. I don't know for sure. But if they're all saying it's good, maybe, I'm not saying for sure, but maybe the show directs with style and insight, highlighting both the acting in the ring and Christy's action in the ring and Christy's internal struggles. Sydney Sweeney proves she's a chameleonic actress. Wow. Cairo or Gyro. Hyro. Whichever. She's absolutely brilliant as she is brutal. There she is. So this will be, I mean, listen, you talk about a film that's vaulting into my most excited to see. Again, been a bad year. So, oh God, do we have to, guys? Of course we do. Look who's here. Look who's here, everybody. It's our friend, Erick Davis. Look at him. There he is. Look at him. Why does he always have a hat on? Because he's bald. But okay, listen, it's my stream. I do what I want. You don't think people come after me?
Oh, Weber, you're just a cat.
I'll call people whatever I want. Erick Davis wears a Kangol hat because he's bald. Dude, just own the baldness, bro. You have to wear a hat around. We know you're bald. Stop. It's weird. Stop wearing a hat all the time. Who are you, Kevin Feige? I mean, same thing, right? Oh, my God. He just said something about Feige. Disney's going to be angry. Disney doesn't invite me to their movies anyhow. I don't give a shit. I like Disney films if they're good. End of discussion. I don't know what we're talking about here. Back to Erick Davis, one of the biggest shills in the space. Find an Erick Davis hammer job. Find a tweet that he did a film like I did Babylon, Poor Things, Beau is Afraid. You won't, because he sells tickets for Fandango. So essentially this means nothing. Imagine writing something that means nothing. Seriously, why even bother? I'll read it, but I'm going to laugh throughout because this guy is the biggest clown in the entire space. You talk about someone whose words are worthless. My friends, it is Erick Kangol Cat Bald Cap wearing Davis. Oh, Erick, yeah, eat it. Sydney Davis and unrecognizable Ben Foster deliver ferocious performances in Christy, a raw portrait of struggle and resilience. Punctuated by electrifying boxing moments, it's unflinching in its portrayal of pain, but ultimately hopeful in the way it depicts a story, God almighty keeps going, that fights its way back into the light. Again, I'd love to. Oh, look, someone's like Trump supporter. No, he's just, we can't trust him. He's not trustworthy. Seriously. Guys, you know how many people I trust in the space? Less than 10. But I'll read these. I'm just reporting the news and hammering people on the side. It's what I do. We do it over and over. I'm not reading a Jeff Snyder tweet. Talk about a fucking weirdo. He's the biggest weirdo in the entire space. Name someone weirder. That's the get in the comments and name one person weirder, because it's a good luck on that one. I don't see any others. What's going on? No one else is talking about this? Well, we got enough. I think that's a nice sampling of all kinds of folks here. And we are very optimistic about possibly adding Miss Sweeney to the Oscar-winning actress list. We've got a while to go. We've got until March, man. That's a long time. We've got basically 5 more months of this. Ugh, God, just almost unbearable. But, we'll deal. We'll deal. Let's do this. Since we're here, let's go ahead and we'll do an early version of our Sunday morning show called Midnight Movie Money, as I will switch the graphics because we're talking about money. Get ready. There it is. And we're going to go to Variety, make that deadline. They're always first with the box office. And we look here, and I'll make myself even smaller, and you can see The Conjuring is going to go for $65 million plus. That is going to be a franchise record. I had this thing at 45-ish last night. Wow. Outperforming. Why? Because there's been nothing in the theaters for weeks, and audiences were ready to come out again. So remember, the wave theory. When there's a film that's big, it takes oxygen out of the marketplace. When there has not been a film for multiple weeks that people cared about, the next film up is going to reap the benefits, and bam, there it is, 65 million plus on the debut. We are not done with The Conjuring. I wish we were. The film is not good. Go back and look at my reaction from last night on Midnight Movie Talk on YouTube. All right, let's check in with the latest on F1 versus Superman. And I was right, and I will continue to be right. F1 is the winner. $616.5 million right now for F1. Superman at $612.7. So we're at $3.8 million up for F1, as F1's making more money per day than Superman. This race is over. And guess who wins? Me. I called it. Because we are the gold standard. Do not forget it. And there's not even discussion. Right? There isn't. No one else. All right, a couple comments, and we'll roll out of here on this Friday. Just want to do a short little stream and get to the big news and do a really short version of what we do on a Sunday night. So here it is. This is what we do when it's live. And if you don't like the way I talk about some other people in the space, too bad. I don't care. Leave. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this shit. You kidding me? I'm going to say it one more time. The space is inhabited by a bunch of people who are either talentless, agenda-driven, or shilly. And this is bad. I mean, think about that for a second. You're going to listen to someone who has an agenda? I don't have an agenda. My agenda is truth. My agenda is being authentic. My agenda is saying what needs to be said, okay? Most of the people in the space don't even know what that's like. They haven't even gone after a film like I went after. Name the films I just talked about. Babylon, Poor Things, Honora, Beau is Afraid. Take your pick. No one has the record of savaging films that I do. And that's the difference between me and everybody else. We'll do Wuthering Heights on Sunday night. I'm going to watch, I'm not kidding you, Tochi, I'm going to literally go through like 10 trailers on Sunday. It's going to be the laziest show you've ever seen. We're just going to watch trailer after trailer and stop and react. I do want to get to it. We did 28 years later, Bone Thugs and Harmony. What's it called? Bone Temple. And we will talk about that. We'll do all those on Sunday. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I promise it's going to be, listen, at the end of the day, if I can be lazy as hell and do a stream, I'm going to do it. This is why I do these live. Do you understand? Because it's over when it's over. I'm going to go eat an early dinner and chill, and I'm going to celebrate with look what I have, Miami. Just in case you missed the stream from the other night when we talked about Jeff Conway, who said he wants to be an Emmy winner, I had to show him, look who has an Emmy. You're damn right. I got an Emmy. So sit down, Conway. and sit down the rest of you. The ace is on the mic, and we're done here on this Friday. I'll see you back here Sunday morning. Peace out from L.A.